I know you saw this all over Instagram. They had a great little back and forth with Pat Riley and Dwyane Wade. The Heat have announced they're going to put a statue of Dwyane Wade up outside the arena in Miami. I can't think of anything more appropriate for that organization. 3 titles with that team and just represented what that team meant to the community for so long. And of course, there's other people in that organization. Zoe is someone who I would say, like, if you're talking about guys who might earn a statue in Miami, but Dwyane is the guy who should be the first statue out there. And I think it's great. His reaction was great. And Pat's delivery was great. And it was a really nice moment. But it did get me thinking, who else deserves a statue that doesn't have one yet? Because, I mean, it's a little bit quick for Dwyane to already be getting a statue, which is great, and he deserves it. But there are guys who have been waiting a very long time for a statue at certain organizations. I don't think the Spurs give out statues. We're not seeing a Tim Duncan statue. I don't know. Who are you waiting for to get a statue who you think, this has been a little too long from this organization? Who you got, Boogie?
You said the exact name, Tim Duncan. I think it's an easy decision. He's had probably one of the most incredible careers, like when you really look at it when it comes to championships, awards, and just winning in general. Like, I don't think you'll ever really see a career like that again. And for some reason, he just doesn't get the praise that most people of that caliber with the resume that he has gets. And I think him getting a statue with the Spurs organization would just be a start in the right direction with praising this guy for the career that he had. So Tim Duncan is more than deserving of a statue.
I'm going to go, first of all, I got a lot of names, but they're all playing right now, so we've got to wait a while.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, so of guys that are retired that need a statue.
Yes.
This guy was, I guess you could call him a rival of Tim Duncan in his prime. He also made his organization put it on the map. He won an MVP there. He went to conference finals there. I'm talking about Kevin Garnett in Minnesota. He's the best player in the history of that franchise. He's the one that made that took that franchise from awful all the time to winning every year. They couldn't quite contend the whole time because the West was really tough, but he did get a 2004 conference finals appearance where they lost to the Lakers.
An MVP.
And he won MVP that year.
Yeah.
And that's still the best year in the history of Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. So to me, KG would be the guy, the statue outside of the Target Center.
I agree. KG, I mean, he's our teammate here. Like, he did so much for that organization. But how does Larry Bird not have a statue in Boston? And by the way, before you tell me, there's a plaque with a pair of shoes that came from Converse that did not come from the Boston Celtics. And then inside the arena, there's like a wooden carving of Larry Bird back in some like museum area or something down inside in the back of the arena. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. Pinocchio is not a statue. Like, that is not what we're talking about here. Okay. He needs to have a bronze. Well, it's just like this weird wood thing. I hope our producers can find a picture to throw up. Like, it looks like him, but it's not what we're talking about. We're talking about bronze. Outside that arena is that Bobby Orr statue that's incredible. If you haven't seen it, go look it up on the internet. It is incredible. Maybe our producers can throw that one up too. That is the kind of statue Larry Bird deserves. I'm sorry. He was an icon, not just of the franchise. And I know you go back, you've got the Havliceks of the world, you've got other players in that organization. But Larry Bird and Magic Johnson saved the NBA. He did more for that team in that era and for the league in general. And I'm sorry, he deserves a statue. And other guys in that organization may too. You've seen the rafters up there. They're very crowded. But he is the one who I would put in front of a building, not tucked away in some corner somewhere, not made out of wood that's going to like deteriorate with chipmunks going at it or woodpeckers in a couple years. I am talking about the real thing. Bronze statue of him outside the building. And I don't understand why it hasn't happened, frankly. And also, by the way, in Philadelphia, they put their statues out by the practice facility. So Charles Barkley has one, Dr. J has one. They've got a good row out there. And Allen Iverson did a post last year saying that they've told him he's going to get one, which you know how I feel about that. I will say, though, Allen Iverson deserves a statue at the arena. By the way. And so do some of those other guys. Dr. J does. I guess the real estate was to put it in front of the practice facility, but no one goes to the practice facility. The fans don't get to see it or experience it. So the walk of statues they have there at the practice facility is very nice. They've done a very good job. I'm thrilled that AI is going to be there, but I think some of their lights, their big names, deserve to be at the arena. But I don't know. Larry Bird, he needs an upgrade. That wood marionette thing, not doing it for me. He needs a real statue. Thank you.
Rachel,
that is my TED Talk. Thank you for attending.
Does the Bill Russell one count because it's outside of City Hall? It's not outside the arena. I don't think that's a Celtics statue. That's a City of Boston statue.
Right. It's like the shoes with Larry. It's like everyone's like, oh yeah, I think it's near Faneuil Hall or something, and people are like, oh no, he's got something. I'm like, first of all, it's got a pair of shoes. It does not have the thing. And second of all, that came from Converse. It did not come from the Boston Celtics.
It's a commercial.
Right. Look, if you have statues at the arena, that Bobby Orr statue is at the arena, then that is the place you put the statues, right? If they had none, maybe you make an argument that's not where they put them in that city, but they do. So that is where the Larry Bird statue should go. Thank you. Good night. I appreciate everyone coming tonight.